Hello, welcome back. I finally got around to using the Siraya Tech True Blue Resin to do a cast. I'm super excited to share that with you guys. So if you see me looking down today, it's because I have notes on my laptop and I'm just trying not to lose the plot. All right, so I want to go over some of my printing notes. I want to share this little side note really quick. So usually if I have a longer print, I will do it right before bed so I'm not waiting on it and then it's all ready for me in the morning. Just a quick reminder not to do things when you're tired because you could end up with something like this. I think I was super tired and somewhere in my process I fat fingered a button and printed this giant version of the ring I was trying to print. So just a little reminder to wait to maybe be rested so you don't waste a bunch of resin. Honestly, this is so big it's almost a bracelet at this point. I guess you can see what great detail we got in the print. I mean, it really is an absolute shame because the print came out amazing. This is a great print. Okay, so it was a little bit tricky at first trying to find the correct exposure settings to print. Siraya Tech does have it on their website, but it's not actually where you're making the purchase of the resin. There's a link somewhere on the page you'll click and it'll take you to a blog post that has different exposure settings for different machines. So I'll post a link to that down in the description below, and then hopefully your machine is listed so you can find the correct settings. And definitely not an expert, but I do want to compare this a little bit to the standard photopolymer resin that I was using before. I found that I had to tweak some of the orientation of the items on the build plate in order to get a print that I was happy with. For example, that little jaguar ring, or a big ring in this case, I actually had it on the build plate at like a slight tilt. And when I did the exact same thing, all I did was tweak the exposure settings. I ended up with a little hole in it right there. So the rest of this came out good, but I just ended up with a hole. So I found that with this, I had to straighten it back up and then reprinted same exposure settings and it came out great. So that's just a little FYI. If you're like me and you're new to all this and you're kind of experimenting, you might have to kind of tweak how you have it on the build plate in order to get something that you're really happy with. They also have a test print for you that you can find on their website. I will link that down below. Very helpful to be able to test with something like this instead of something that's a super long print. Okay, so let's talk about washing and curing. When it came to cleaning the piece up after I was done printing it, I mostly just wiped off some of the excess resin with like a little brush. And then I did put it in the alcohol, but only for about 30 seconds. Then when I pulled it out, I let it dry like normal. And then once it was dry, I cured each piece for about 30 minutes. That seemed to be the general consensus online, and it worked out fine for me. But I am actually curious. Let me know if you guys have a different cure time. So spruing and prep work, that was about the same. Assembling my little tree wasn't any different than I normally do. However, I did find that I had a little trouble getting the wax to adhere to some of my resin pieces. My solution for that was just to take my wax file and then just kind of rough up the bottom a little bit where I was going to attach the wax. Worked out perfectly. And I don't really care if that part of my piece is ugly anyway, since that's where I'm going to be attaching the wax, and I'm going to cut and sand that off later anyway. On to investment. No, not going to sell you any crypto. We were at a 38% water to investment ratio. I'm still using Prestige Optima here, and I'm following their burnout instructions for resin prints. And it's recommended to leave your investment alone for about 3 to 4 hours before you start the burnout process. I ended up just doing it before bed, getting up really early, and then just starting the burnout in the morning. So I preheated my oven to 500 degrees Celsius, and then I held it for 4 hours. I know I did lose a little heat opening that oven, so once I put the flask in there, I kind of waited a little bit until we got back up to 500, and then that's when I started my timer. Then I ramped up to 780 degrees Celsius, and then I held that for 5 hours. Then I dropped down to 600 degrees Celsius, which is usually the temperature I keep my flask at to pour the metal, and then I held that for 2 hours. I did use ancient bronze again for this cast just because I feel like I wanted to practice again and really feel like I had this method of resin casting down really good before I moved on to silver, since it's gotten so pricey. And voila! Before I leave you guys this week, I do want to do a quick comparison of these pieces versus what we cast last time. So this is last cast, this is this cast for comparison's sake. The one with the prongs did not come out great, so that wants to focus. The prongs were super small, and then I did like the absolute most abysmal job trying to fatten them up with wax. So let's give me some grace and I will just get that out of our sight. So here are our repeat offenders. I thought that these would be better examples because they had so much small detail. And on both of these I did the same finishing. All I really did was quickly chop off the sprue. I did a super quick hit with a higher grit polishing wheel and then just tossed them into the tumbler. So while we got a really great cast with the standard resin here, what do you guys think? I'll give you guys a different shot with a different camera probably, but which one do you think looks better? I think even though we basically did everything the same in terms of burnout, I think that the Siraya Tech actually burned out a little bit better and it gave us just all around a smoother piece. All right, let's move on to this one. So this was a piece that I put together in Blender. This one is our Siraya Tech piece and this one is the one that we did with the standard resin. Again, very similar, but I just think especially in the very front of this, like I said, I did pretty much no major cleanup. You can see right here with the A, we have a little divot, and then look how much cleaner that A is in the Siraya Tech one right here. So even though it's not huge differences, I mean, we're making really detailed things here, and I do think that I will continue to enjoy using the Siraya Tech. So as usual, I had an absolute blast. I hope you guys had fun kind of watching my process and kind of hearing my thoughts as a newbie who is working with resin and casting resin for like the first couple times. So I've still been kind of steadily working on some things in Blender, and next up I would like to try to do some resin casting with stones in place. So if you have any tips for me, please let me hear them. I am all ears. And if you have any questions for me, I would love to answer them. I know I'm a little bit behind on comments right now, so hopefully this weekend I can get caught up, but I have just been really swamped and I promise I will answer them. And even though I'm not like a metal professor or anything like that, if there's anything that I'm able to help with, it makes me feel good to be able to do that. So as always, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. I will see you in the next one. Go forth, be kind, be creative.